Hello, Oracles. Well, we got so much great information from Elon last night. I don't even know what to title this video yet, so I'm just thinking of that still, but we got so much great information just to kind of solidify all of the things we have been talking about here on the channel. And I'll do a quick recap because I know the video last night, if you guys didn't watch it, I do a full entire rundown of what happened on the Twitter Spaces with Elon. But today I'll give you just some quick bullet points. So first is Elon said, definitely no more stock sales from him in 2023. Most likely no more for the next 18 to 24 months. He said no more stock sales until 2025, but definitely no more in 2023. He did say when it comes to a buyback, the board is really just kind of waiting to see what kind of recession we are going to get. That is really what they're waiting for. He's looking at the fact that the auto industry right now, objectively, is in a very deflationary place right now. And so when it comes to what they're doing in their business, they just want to kind of wait and see what's going to play out before they make any decisions on a buyback. Now, with that said, he did say that they are spending money as fast as they can without being wasteful, so they are going to have extra cash next year to do the buyback, so that is most likely going to happen. We are just awaiting to see what kind of recession we're going to get for the board to decide when they're going to do it and how they're going to do it. And also with those deflationary pressures, we are going into a place where interest rates are going up. As I've said to you guys, back in March, the interest rate for my vehicle was going to be 3.99%. It's now 5.99%. And Basic Econ 101 tells us that just like the housing market, when interest rates go up, prices of the houses come down. This is going to be happening in the auto industry as well. He did not confirm that they are going to be coming down on the prices of their vehicles, but that was part of the explanation as to why they have gone with the $7,500 back currently to finish this year off. Gary Black did want to get in and be able to ask that question directly. He did not get to, so we don't have a very direct answer. But going into next year, that $7,500 that they are giving back right now is going to end up coming back into Tesla's pocket. So it really is only 9 days of them giving this discount out. So they may take a little bit of hit to margins, but we will see when Q4 earnings come out. But with the deflationary pressures, we may end up seeing prices of the vehicles coming down over the course of 2023. And with the cost of production coming down as well, this might make sense and might still allow for some bigger margins. Somebody did ask Elon about the margins. You know, he was hesitant to answer just because there's so many unknown factors that are out there. So he didn't really answer directly, which tells me that he's not confident that they are going to be hitting 30% margins in 2023, but they are going to do better than the entire industry. And he basically said that next year their focus is going to be on unit sales versus margin. And with the prices as to where we're going with interest rates, there's a good chance again that the prices may come down on vehicles just so they can keep up unit sales as the year goes on. And that could potentially lead to a margin hit over 2023, which is something that Pierre Ferragu had broken down for us previously. He also said that he is definitely going to be focusing more of his time and attention on Tesla in 2023. He's now got Twitter up and running. You know, a few more months there, everything should be good to go. He'll get a management team in place. And he said running Twitter is like 1/10 of running Tesla, so he's definitely going to go back over there. But he did reiterate the fact that Tesla has been operating so well without him focusing all of his attention there. He feels like there's nothing else that he could have done to actually improve the operations that had transpired over the last few months with Tesla. And lastly, he did say that he does see that Tesla is going to become the most valuable company in the world by market cap in the next 5 years, surpassing Apple at that point. He did say that he's not sure what the value will be at that point, but that is the direction that they are headed and looking like it. So those are all the major bullet points from last night. And looking at the fact that Elon feels that we are going to reach the highest level of market cap for any company in the world in the next 5 years, looking at the prices that we're at right now gives me even more confidence about buying at these levels. Now, I did say last night that I am not looking to be adding any extra. I'm still doing my normal daily ad. I'm going to start stockpiling cash even more. I think we're going to come down further. I'm going to do a live stream tonight for you guys. We'll dive into the charts as well, just to look at those lower levels, very similar to what we did back when the stock was up at 313. We checked all the levels on the way down. We checked all the gaps below us, and we saw that we hit all of those levels, and then we filled that gap at 247. And then we continued to come down. We have now filled that gap at 137. So just so we can take a look at what we could potentially see in the future if we get into this more of a 2009 style recession and the stock market pulls down even further. It's something just to be aware of. So we're going to dive into the charts tonight to see all of that so you guys can kind of get an understanding of what we might end up seeing in the future and give us even better buying opportunities for us to get in before the stock runs back to become the most valuable company in the world. And so yesterday when we saw that massive crash coming down 8 to 10% over the course of the day, a big question is why? Well, a big reason is we saw $5 billion worth of margin calls go through yesterday. We even had Jason DeBolt come out here and say himself that, he sold off some of his position to keep himself, from going into margin call as well. So this is what we are seeing from a lot of people who are in margin right now with the stock price coming down and realizing that there's still a lot of people out there that are still on margin with Tesla stock just leads me to believe that there is a chance that we do end up coming down further. You have to remember that market manipulators have information. They have access to see who has margin, how much is out there, and what prices they need to get down to be able to flush people out. So some of this is intentional to get people flushed out, and then as it happens, it just causes that trigger effect and that rapid fall of all of the stock price. This is literally what we have been seeing recently. So again, it's nothing to do with Tesla's fundamentals. And as Multiplex had mentioned in our Discord chat, if you want to see that, that's down in the description. He had mentioned over there that, if Tesla was truly in a fundamental place where they were afraid that things were not going to do well this year, Elon would be back over there sleeping on the floor. But he's not. And because of the fact that he's not, and the fact that he's on these channels saying that, Tesla's running very well without him being directly there at all times, bodes very well on a bullish standpoint for Tesla getting through all of this. So great point by Multiplex. I appreciate that just perspective to put it in for all of us, for anyone who is concerned because the stock price is coming down this far, this fast. Again, a lot of it has to do with there was a lot of extra fluff that was built into the stock price over the last couple of years. I'm guilty of being excited about it going up. I still maintain that any price that was under $1,000 pre-split is a great buying opportunity depending on what your time horizon is. Mine is 10 years, so buying under $1,000 was great. Obviously right now, it's even better, so I'm going to be buying more. So that to me is just, the mentality and perspective to put things in when we're looking at the stock price versus fundamentals. And so looking at the entire macro environment alone, and this is something that Elon really pointed to, is the fact that there's nothing else he can really do. Like, he does not have control of the Fed. The Fed is raising interest rates. In a rising interest rate environment, high PE stocks take a beating. And you can say that Amazon is still higher, but I have a feeling Amazon is going to be one of the last ones to fall. You have to remember, usually the big names are the last ones to fall. And while Tesla is a big name, it's newer to the big name game, and so it fell as one of the last ones, but there are still the real big dogs that still have yet to come down. I think we're going to end up seeing that, and along the way, Tesla will fall a little bit further. Again, we'll go into the charts tonight to discuss that, where we could potentially see it coming down too. But looking at the bear market that we're in right now, and the fact that it might actually get worse, I started to allude over on Twitter to the fact that it's not just a bear market, this is like a cocaine bear market. For any of you who are out there and have seen the previews for the movie coming out in February, it's very ironic of the timing of the cocaine bear coming out during this kind of market. And then of course Elon's tweet last year where he said he was going to buy coke to put cocaine back into it. It's just a joke, folks, but at the same time, looking at how beat down the market is in this bear market, it definitely seems like a bear on cocaine, and that's the kind of market that we are in. And so just quickly looking at the charts right now, we are extremely oversold. The RSI is at 20.4. That is really, really low. That's the lowest I have seen it all year long. So I'm expecting a rebound, and I think after what Elon told us last night, looking at the fact that right now, pre-market, we are up 1.5%, we may see this Santa Claus rally starting soon. I don't know how long it's going to last. Probably something that may last until we get production and delivery numbers. Again, with the things that we've been facing, maybe those numbers miss expectations slightly and we pull back after that. But we might get a little bit of a relief rally just looking at the charts right now based upon RSI and how far we've come down. We might get a little bump back up. I don't know how high we're going to come. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't think it's going to be anything massive of any sort. Again, I don't think we're going to get to any sort of normal real bull run until the Fed does end up making that pivot, and that could be months away. But again, going back to the timing of everything, looking at this opportunity that we've got the Cybertruck coming out, we've got the semi that's already released and going to be ramping this year. We've got batteries that are going to be ramping up. Elon did say that they will be announcing the new factory very soon, but he cannot disclose the information. He also said that they have the most exciting vehicle lineup in their pipeline of any automotive maker out there. Obviously, you can believe Elon or not. I do believe him. So I think that we have that coming. Somebody had asked about the $30,000 car. He said it's not the right place to announce this. He's been saying that all year. So they have a lot of exciting things that are coming along the way in 2023 that we're going to get for announcements. He did say that they are building a factory for lithium refining in Corpus Christi. So that's coming along. They're going to have all of these batteries. Energy is starting to take off. They are getting a lot of subsidies from this IRA that they don't need, but that's going to be a lot of extra money to their bottom line and profits. So looking at all of these stars aligning, and the fact that Tesla on a fundamental level, with all of the things that they are doing operationally to grow the company, are just so massive in 2023 that they are literally spending every single dollar that they can without being wasteful, and will still do a buyback this year. We're still waiting to get Moody's to give us the investment grade rating, which means that more big money institutions are going to get into this stock. So over the course of the year, a lot of it has to do with what is the Fed going to be doing with the rates and how is the economy going to go. That right there is just giving us a general time frame as to when we can see this turn around. And within that general time frame is going to be the absolute best prime time to buy. When you start looking at historical charts and times to buy, this what we're going into right now is the exact best time to be buying for whatever stock you want to get into. So you really want to take a look at, where are we at? And even Elon last night said Warren Buffett next year is probably going to be looking around to go shopping heavily in the stock market because so many things are going to be coming down to value type levels. So if you start looking at a company like Tesla, who is clearly a massive growth company selling at value type levels, that is huge buying opportunity right there. Obviously I would love to see Warren Buffett come out next year and say that he bought some Tesla stock. Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. But just seeing that these opportunities are presenting themselves to us in a limited time frame that we're not sure how long it's going to be, that tells me I want to buy as much as possible. And so again, not financial advice, but that's what I am preparing myself for. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am focusing my energies on what I can do to bring in as much cash flow as possible. Very similar to what Tesla is doing, they're focusing all of their energy and resources on building this foundation to make as much money as they possibly can. So when we come out of this, they can then take those investments that they made on an operational level and really expand them to bring in more money and revenue from the outside because of these operational moves that they made. And so while 2022 was the year of us getting beat down, 2023 is the year that we get back up. 2023 is the year that we look back and say, I learned from 2022. That was a very expensive learning experience for some people. I did not sell anything, so I didn't lose any money, but my portfolio is sure looking pretty beat up. However, I can either decide to take my losses and walk away, or I can get back up and fight back. And that's what I'm going to be doing by buying and lowering my cost basis. This is what happens over the course of time when it comes to dollar cost averaging. Lots of different strategies out there. You guys need to do what is best for your portfolio. For me, I caught that falling knife all year long. I will continue to catch it. And then as we come back up, I will double down to make up for the mistakes I made in 2022 by buying at the higher levels. I'm not going to truly call them a mistake because I learned along the way, I got something from it, and I learned that next time we get to a bear market like this, I'll just be a little bit more patient. Still happy with the decisions I made, and I still am very happy with what we are going to see going forward. But this is what we do in life, is we take action, we learn from those actions on a positive or negative level, and then we do better the next time around. So that's what I'm taking last year as for my learning experience, and I will take that moving forward. Now I have learned what I have, looking at 2023 as this prime opportunity that I can get in and multiply my money even more. Thinking about the fact that 2023 is going to most likely be the very bottom for Tesla that we will see for the next 5 to 10 years. And we may never come back down to these levels again. If that is the case, which is what my belief is, that tells me that 2023 is the year I want to add as much as I possibly can, because that year stretched out with dollar cost averaging will realistically be the bottom of the market in Tesla stock. And because it's at that bottom for the year, I want to add as much as I can before we end up taking off and become the most valuable company in the world. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you feel about 2023? Do you see it as being the biggest opportunity year that we could possibly have for the next decade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a membership program and a Patreon. Those links are also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.